All right, imagine this. It's the 1300s, and everybody smells weird. Nobody showers, and rats basically run Europe. Then one day, boom, the Black Plague shows up, and a third of the population just vanishes. But let's say, what if the Black Plague, better known as the Black Death, never existed? Between the years of 1347 and 1351, Black Death killed somewhere between 75 to 200 million people. That's a really big number. If you want a comparison, only 7 countries in the world right now have a population over 200 million. It was horrific, but it changed the world. Because, with so many people gone, the remaining population became valuable as workers. Wages went up, the feudal lords freaked out, and the peasants got a tiny taste of freedom for once. Basically, death made capitalism. Now, let's delete the Black Death from the human history and see what happens. First of all, feudalism keeps trucking. The rich stays rich while the poor keeps getting poorer. I guess that didn't change. And the Renaissance? Probably delayed by a few centuries. Da Vinci might have been just some guy doodling flying machines in a barn while his landlord yells at him. Science takes a nap. The plague had forced people to start questioning almost everything. They thought, maybe diseases are not caused by angry gods, but by the lack of hygiene? Without that wake-up call, medieval medicine would have kept being medieval. I have got a fever. Better bleed you out a little. The church stays the boss. The Black Death made people question the church. People thought, hey, we prayed, but everyone still died. That doubt eventually led to reformations, science, and rebellious thinking. Without the plague, maybe everyone would have just kept nodding at everything the priests say and pretending that sneezing is a sin. Europe might have stayed a massive religious empire for centuries, and Galileo wouldn't have been able to build his telescopes either, because the stars would have been church's property. Exploration. No plague means slower innovation, so maybe no fancy ships, no global trade boom, and no Columbus accidentally finds America. Basically, the 1400s version of globalization wouldn't have happened. Overcrowding chaos. Of course, if everyone had survived by the 1500s, Europe would have been a lot more populated. Too many people, too little resources. So, maybe people would have eventually died of hunger instead of the plague, or maybe would have perished in wars.
Fight!
Humanity always finds a way to self-destruction after all. The world today. So, fast forward to the modern times, without the plague's social reset, technology and science might have shown up way later. We might have been living in a 1700s style world right now. Kings, queens, powdered wigs, and no Wi-Fi. You'd still be writing letters by the candlelight instead of watching this video, so yeah, no plague means no Renaissance, no Enlightenment, and ultimately, no modern world. Therefore, in the end, the Black Death was indeed horrifying, but it did jumpstart the modern civilization, kind of like getting bitten by a radioactive rat. And instead of turning into a superhero with responsibilities, you end up being diseased and dead. Your death does help in finding solutions to the disease, so you are a superhero in that sense. Thanks for watching, and remember that sometimes history's biggest oops moments make the big plot twists that shape the world.